Imagine being 16 years old, barely old enough to drive, still figuring out who you are, and the world suddenly watching every move you make. That was Courtney Stodden's life when she married a man more than 3 decades older. A controversy that exploded headlines. A relationship many called scandalous, many called abuse. But what if much of what we believed was only the surface? Today we revisit I Was a Child Bride, the Courtney Stodden Story. The Lifetime movie and special that digs deep into Courtney's truth, what really happened, and how they survived. If you're new here, hit subscribe. We dive into celeb stories so you don't miss what the tabloids won't tell you. Back in 2011, Courtney Stodden was 16, an acting hopeful with dreams. Their parents consented, and Courtney married actor Doug Hutchison, 51 years old, in Las Vegas. The tabloids erupted. Many questioned the morality, legality, the power dynamics. The marriage lasted nearly 10 years, included separations, reconciliations, a miscarriage, reality TV appearances, public backlash, a tumultuous divorce in 2020, and through it all, Courtney's personal pain, confusion, identity struggles, and a very public coming of age under fire. Now in 2025, I Was a Child Bride gives Courtney the chance to narrate their side. The movie adapts Courtney's perspective, trauma, exploitation, the emotional weight of being a minor married to an adult. New interviews in Impact X Nightline. Confessions of a Child Bride pull back the veneer. Courtney speaking about grooming, about losing control over finances, body, identity. There are fresh revelations about how paparazzi and media treated them, not as a person, but as a spectacle. The film also dramatizes contentious moments, including Courtney's mother, Krista Keller, allegedly encouraging or not preventing the marriage. But Krista has since pushed back, calling certain scenes hurtful and claiming they misrepresent what she did or said. Public reaction was immediate in 2011. Outrage, moral debates, memes, judgment. Doug Hutchison's career took hits. Agents dropped him. Harsh criticism reigned. Courtney faced cyberbullying from every corner, sometimes from fellow celebrities. Chrissy Teigen, for example, later apologized for tweets toward Courtney that caused deep harm. The media had built a narrative. Soulmates, scandal, age gap. But in this newer telling, many are reconsidering. Was it love or was it exploitation? Many critics now side with Courtney's idea that power imbalance, grooming, emotional control, and teenage vulnerability played massive roles. The reaction to the biopic and documentary has been mixed. Support for Courtney's courage, but also skepticism of dramatization. Some details in the newer special are less known. Courtney says they didn't even really understand grooming until much later in life. The gradual manipulation and control. There's discussion of losing their virginity on their wedding night, the toll of public scrutiny including body image issues, substance dependency, abusive emotional behavior from Doug. Also, Courtney had breast implants later removed due to back pain and self-image struggle. Their identity journey is also complex. Courtney now identifies as non-binary, they, them, or she, they, a part often overlooked in older coverage. Psychologists and commentators in interviews remind us, teenage brains are still developing, particularly when it comes to power, consent, emotional regulation. When there's a huge age gap, the younger party is inherently vulnerable. Experts question whether parental consent in such situations offers real protection or just legal cover. Some insiders in the industry argue the media often profits off sensational stories like this, framing the younger person as complicit while ignoring their youth and lack of power. There are family therapists who say that even with consent, such marriages carry risks of trauma, identity loss, emotional abuse. These perspectives are woven throughout Confessions of a Child Bride and the Lifetime film. For Courtney, this renewed telling is more than just revisiting old drama, it's reclamation. It's reframing narrative from shame and scandal to survival and advocacy. Their public image is shifting. Once a tabloid spectacle, now a voice for those who've been exploited. Professionally, the movie helps redefine them, not just as a child bride story, but as someone who has grown through trauma. It might open doors, activism, interviews, maybe more roles in projects that treat them with nuance. For Doug Hutchison, these renewed allegations of grooming and abuse could further damage reputation, especially amid changing industry standards around consent and power. Culturally, this reflects broader shifts. People are less willing to excuse huge age gap relationships when children are involved. Even with parental approval, legal frameworks and public opinion are evolving. We've seen similar controversies before. Older men marrying much younger women or minors. Think of the debates around underage marriage laws in the US. Or cases when celebrities are involved. What makes Courtney's story different is how public, how persistent those debates have been, and how Courtney has reclaimed the narrative. Much like other cases, Etkonji Jordan Lutz, or the controversies around Billie Joe Armstrong, Shiny, etc. But here is less distance between the parties. One was legally a minor. And the legal consent was there, but that didn't erase harm. Also, Courtney's story reminds us of how much the courts of public opinion can hurt someone more than the courts of law. Courtney Stodden's story is uncomfortable, messy, painful, but it forces us to ask, what is consent? What responsibility do parents, the entertainment industry, and society bear when a teenager marries an adult? And when the media profits off scandal, whose story gets told truthfully? This movie isn't just a biopic, it's a mirror. We all need to reflect. Thanks for sticking with me through this one. Let me know what you think. Do you believe Courtney's narrative now? Do you think parental consent should even be enough to allow minors to marry? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video eye-opening, hit like, share, because awareness matters.